So if you've clicked on this video, you most likely want to improve your 5k time. And let's be honest, who doesn't? So my name's Cole, I've ran 14:40 over the 5k distance, and I think that I've got some tips that I could impart to you that could help you take your PBs just down by a couple minutes. So sit back, relax, and let's go through some top tips that I've got to improve your 5k PB. So guys, there is an absolute bundle of videos on this subject on YouTube, and if I'm honest, if you followed all of them, you're probably going to improve your 5k time. So why should you watch this video instead of watching the others? So I've been through a lot of the videos and all of them seem to repeat the same sort of thing. So I've tried to come up with some different ones, these little 1% that maybe you haven't thought of that other people haven't mentioned in their videos. So hopefully these are going to be new to you, and I'm not repeating the same stuff, but we'll see. Maybe you're more knowledgeable than you think. So let's get into this first tip. So guys, my first tip is racing shorter and racing longer. So in your lead up to your peak 5k race, the race that you're going to really be going for that 5k PB attempt, I think in the preparation you want to have raced at least once shorter and once longer. So what do I mean by this? So obviously in winter it's going to be tricky to find a race that's shorter than a 5k, so maybe in your training you can organise a 3k time trial or something like that. But getting into a road race such as a road 10k as well, in preparation for that, it's going to improve your speed at the shorter distance, but also your endurance at the longer distance. So in preparation for my 5k where I ran 14:40, in the few weeks leading up to that I'd raced things such as some 3k time trials, and also done some road 10k and 10 miles as well, and even the odd half marathon in there. So I'd really developed that endurance as well as that speed in some sessions as well. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to try and aim to especially race a couple races longer than that 5k. So hopefully when it comes to that 5k distance, it feels shorter and you can give that a little bit of extra kind of energy into that attempt and really crush that PB. So guys, my second tip is treating your warm-up like a session. So what do I mean by this? I don't want you to be doing just your standard 2 to 3 minute warm-up. You need to be taking your warm-up seriously. It's your body's way of preparing for that harder effort, but also reducing your injury risk at the same time. A lot of people are guilty of this. I see it all the time, my family included, sometimes don't warm up properly, but it's something that I've really kind of instilled into my training over the last kind of 18 months to 2 years. So what I want you to do is make sure that you're properly warming up, doing a proper aerobic 10 to 15 minute slow jog. It doesn't have to be hard, just make sure you're getting that heart rate up, really getting that blood flowing around the body. You're going to want to be doing some mobility drills to improve that range of motion into those joints, so you're going to overall have a better stride length and that sort of thing. And then also doing some kind of maybe some strides if it's something that you're comfortable with as well, just to kind of prime the body ready for that faster effort. But yeah, ultimately giving a warm-up a proper kind of set time, set period, so that when it comes to that start line, you don't need to take a kilometre to warm into it. You're ready to go from the gun. So guys, my third tip is treating recovery as important as the running. And I don't mean just taking 5 minutes of massage gunning each day and calling that your recovery process. We're talking from when you wake up to when you go to bed and getting those proper 8 hours to 10 hours of sleep. So yeah, so you basically want to try and make every second of every day basically the best you can to recover. So this means using your recovery gun when you can, rolling when you can, going to see a sports massage therapist. When you start to feel a little bit achy in those joints, maybe in your pelvis, feel like it's a bit out of balance, going to see your local osteopath, making sure your nutrition is on point, getting those proper protein, carbs, all those vegetables, those vitamins and minerals into your meals as well. I know it's tricky, we're not elite athletes, we do have other things going on in our lives, but just trying to make sure that every second of every day is being utilised properly. Obviously, absolutely fine, chill, lay on the sofa, that's going to be part of your recovery, kick your feet up. We call it laying horizontal as much as possible when you're kind of recovering from a big session, maybe after that long run. But yeah, treating recovery as important as the session, because it isn't a 5-minute process. It is going to take more than that to get rid of those hard sessions out of your legs. If you think your hard sessions can take anything up to like an hour, maybe even more, if you're recovering for 5 minutes with a muscle gone, I just don't think it's quite going to cut it. So that's my third tip: recovering properly and giving it its due time, really. So guys, my fourth tip is training with others as much as possible. I completely get it, around jobs and around work, sometimes it is easiest just to run by yourself. But the more you surround yourself with faster runners, the more kind of fast you're going to become. I'm a firm believer that you kind of adapt to the environment that you're in. So if you're in an environment with loads of quicker runners, eventually you're going to catch up. You're going to start seeing what they do, you're going to start copying them, but also it's going to push you in sessions to keep running kind of quicker with them. I wouldn't say that you want to do this for all your runs, so don't run, if say for example you're a 20-minute 5k runner, don't be doing all your runs with the 15-minute 5k runner, because eventually you're going to get more tired because their paces are not going to be the same as yours. But especially in those sessions, run in the same environment as those quicker guys, because it will influence you, it will impact you more than you think. Even just kind of copying the sort of drills that they do before a session. But yeah, so that's my fourth tip, is surrounding yourselves with better runners, because you will copy them, you will adapt, and you will become a bit more like them in terms of running a little bit quicker. So guys, my fifth and final tip for this video is changing your terrain. I did mention this in my other how to run a faster 5k video, but I think it's the most important one for me, and it's the one that's really taken my running to the next level. So before I did any grass training, my 5k PB was 16:40. So since I've started running on the grass, I've taken 2 minutes off of my time. I just think that running on grass, A, gives you that overall kind of mental puts your mind at ease, that you're not going to get injured as easily because it's taking that impact away, but also it develops those much smaller, those perineal muscles, those flexor hallucis longus muscles in those legs, smaller muscles that you typically don't work on the roads. They're going to get developed, and it's all going to be kind of sharing the workload of that run amongst those muscles, so you can run a little bit quicker, and it's not all just kind of falling onto those big muscles on the back of your calves. So yeah, my fifth and final tip is changing your terrain. Go from that hard road to that soft kind of grass, that trail, as much as you can. Don't neglect the road. You will need to do kind of 1 to 2 runs on there a week just to keep your body used to the feeling of that hard surface, but really try and get some of those training sessions onto a softer surface such as grass, track, trails, things like that. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed those 5 tips and tricks on how to improve your 5k, and hopefully some of them are new to you, and hopefully you can take at least one of them away into your training. If you do have any questions about some of the things I've spoken to this about in the video, then do just drop me a message down below in the comments, and I will respond to each and every one of them. So I wish you all the best in your 5k PB attempts this winter. So let me know down in the comments how you get on with those, and when your next 5k PB attempt will be, even if it's just a park run. Pegwell Bay is a pretty quick one, but yeah, no, we don't count Pegwell Bay. But anyway guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share with your running buddies. It's free for you and it means a lot to me. We're nearly at 3,000 subscribers, absolutely bonkers. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.